Welcome back everybody to the second annual anime series, where for the whole month of May, once a week, we're going to talk about something anime. Get it? Anime. Today we're going to be ranking all 6 of the Digimon Adventure Tri films. This was released back in 2015, I think, and they, throughout the years, have released a total of 6. And this has brought back the group from the original Digimon show. And the Digimon have entered the real world, and there are some new Digidestined kids and some new Digimon, and there's a big epic battle surrounding this new Digimon, Meicoomon, and how she's trying to fulfill some prophecy. I own a couple of them on Blu-ray, but they just released the 6th and final one on Crunchyroll over the weekend, so I watched it and watched all of the other ones too. I really enjoyed the series. I've loved Digimon growing up. It's not Pokemon to me, but I still love the complex story. And that's what I loved about the new Digimon Adventure Tri, is that the fans of Digimon were kids when it first came out, and as they grew up, the story grew up too, and the story is more mature as well. So I like that. We have 6 films, and if you watch them on Crunchyroll, they're in like episodes, but there are certain movies. We have 6 ones, so we're gonna rank these from worst to best. If you guys have seen these movies, what do you think about them? And leave your ranking down below for all 6. So coming in at number 6 is Digimon Adventure Tri. Number 2, Determination. This is a setup for the rest of the Digimon show, and I feel like this is a throwaway movie. It focuses a lot on the Digidestined going to spas and kind of just having fun and getting used to being with their Digimon once again, because they haven't seen them in years. So at times this movie is very lighthearted and upbeat, but it doesn't have much of a strong story going for it. And the first movie had that story that they had set up, and I was expecting it to build up on that, but it was kind of a letdown because they focused on some lighthearted moments and building up the relationships, which I think are needed. But in the whole scheme of things, it's just one that kind of is forgettable. Coming in at number 5 is the 4th movie, Loss. Now this one's going to contain spoilers for you if you guys haven't seen it and you guys don't want to be spoiled for it. The Digimon have their mind erased and they don't know anything about their partners. So they're sent back to the Digimon world, and then the Digidestined have to go to the Digimon world to find them and help them get back to where they can be partners again to fight this big monster called Meicoomon, who is evolved into this big creature that can absorb the human world and the Digimon world as well. Like the second one is to focus on building up that relationship. We do have the moments where they have to reintroduce themselves to the Digimon, and that kind of takes some time. There are some conflicts and the relationships aren't as strong as they used to be, so they're dealing with that as well. But we do get into introduction to the villain in this movie, and it kind of builds up on that and what his motives are and some motives from other people that we have seen in the past. So there is some really cool action sequences, and it's nice to see the Digimon in their baby forms once again and building up that relationship. But we've already seen them build up a relationship before. It's not something I want to see again. So it being part of the story, it was an integral part to the movie, but kind of also at times a little repetitive. Coming in at number 4 is the 5th movie, Coexistence. The Digimon are now comfortable with their partners and they have that strong relationship once again. And I really enjoyed Coexistence because it set up an epic battle for the 6th movie, and they're kind of really building up that 6th movie. And they have this dilemma. Can we reboot the whole world, and what will be the consequences for that? And they're trying not to do that, and they're trying to stop this villain from rebooting the whole world and having everything kind of be involved in the Digimon world. And so there's a lot at stake in this movie. There's a lot of things going on throughout this movie, and there's a big importance on defending the Digimon and the real world against Meicoomon, who is in its biggest evolved form and is absolutely strong and is really hard to beat. But what I like most about Coexistence is that there's some humor thrown out. It's a really dark time for the Digidestined and the Digimon in the real world and the Digimon world, but they add some humor into it, and the humor does remind me of the TV show that I watched as a kid, so I did appreciate that. Coming in at number 3 is the 6th and final Digimon movie, Future. This was a big setup, and there's about 4 episodes for this one, about an hour and a half long, and there's a lot of build up for this, but occasional battles throughout the movie. But a lot of the time in this movie, and I noticed in the 5th movie as well, there's a lot of time focused on the Digi-evolution. And they have Agumon Digivolve into Greymon, and they spend a lot of time with that. Even though we've seen it all before, they do it for like every single Digimon, and it takes a lot of time out of the movie. But the 6th one had a satisfying ending, really cool battle sequences that you felt like there was a lot at stake. The Digimon were understanding things about themselves and the importance of saving the humans. So there was a lot at stake in this movie, and a lot of cool action sequences, and them just getting together and trying to fight off Meicoomon and also save her as well. Coming in at number 2 is the 3rd film, Confession. Now this one is one of my favorite ones, because it focuses a lot on Patamon and TJ, who are some of my favorite characters in the Digimon show. Growing up, I was really drawn into TJ and Patamon because he was the youngest out of the group of kids, and it took him a longer time to get Patamon evolve into Angemon. So I really liked that about him because he had to work for it, and so I was just really connected to Patamon, and he was the main focus of the 3rd film as his Digimon is being infected with this virus that Meicoomon had. So Patamon is the one that has the infection. So I really like that they focused on him, and it added for some emotional moments because they didn't want Patamon to be infected. So there's a lot of emotional moments in there that I did appreciate and I was on board with. So the 3rd one, Confession, is very emotional compared to the other ones, and a very satisfying one as well. And that leads me to my favorite Digimon Adventure Tri-film, and that is the 1st one, Reunion. Seeing the group back together and see them so excited to see their Digimon put a smile on my face. The first time I watched this a couple years ago, I was so excited to see it, and I just fell in love with watching it because I loved Digimon as a kid, and seeing them once again with their partners and so excited to be with each other made me really happy. And then we got the introduction of Mei and her Digimon, Meicoomon, who is this cat, and she is a Digidestin as well. And she fits really nicely in with Sora and Matt and TJ and Izzy and Mimi. She works really nicely with the group, and the Digimon works nicely with the group as well. I just was really happy about Reunion. I was excited to see something new with Digimon, but with the group that I grew up with. And so many cool moments, and a really cool action scene at the end, building up to the future movies, wondering where is it going to go. So it's a fun movie, it's an emotional film, and it's also very satisfying with its battle sequences between the Digimon and other Digimon from the digital world that are entering the real world. So there you guys have it, all 6 Digimon films ranked from worst to best. These are the Adventure Tri-films, not the Digimon film that was released years ago. I actually saw it on my birthday when I was young, and I thought that was a really cool thing to have released on my birthday. But these are the Adventure Tri, and I think they're going to be releasing some new ones in August. That's the rumor. If you guys have seen these Adventure Tri films, what do you think about them? Leave your ranking down below. How would you rank all 6? I'm curious to see how many people actually have seen this. So if you have seen it, cool, let's talk about Digimon. Next week, we'll be talking about an anime movie. Then next week, we'll probably be talking about a TV show. And then later down the road, we'll do another ranking video. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this first video for my 2nd annual anime. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more anime movie reviews. If you guys have any suggestions for anything anime, let me know. You guys are the best as always. This is Just Watch Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.